What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, right, is looking at Replit Agent, part of Replit Core. It costs like 25 bucks a month or $10 a month if you choose the yearly plan. So not a lot of cost involved, but listen to what it can do. Have you ever wanted to build out a piece of software or maybe code and deploy an entire web app without coding at all? You don't have the coding experience, or you're just not well versed enough in coding to do it? You now can with Replit Agent. It's like ChatGPT, but instead of it giving you back text or analyzing a document or like the things we've come to know about ChatGPT, it codes and guides you through developing out and then deploying an entire web app, right? Anything you want. Think link in bios, think trackers, think Microsoft Teams. You can build whatever you want. You can build software that you use today. You enjoy Microsoft Teams, you can build it out. It's really awesome. We're going to dive into a little bit of a tutorial today. We're going to look at what it is, what we can do with it, look at a couple of examples, and kick back, relax, grab a coffee, and let's get into it. Alrighty, so let's get right into it. So you'll see here I've got the Replit Agent screen up from replit.com, and this is pretty much going to ask us to describe what you want to make. I think a little bit of background just is that Replit Agent is part of Replit Core, which is a paid subscription, but there's an annual. If you choose to go the annual route, it's $10 a month. But if you go month to month, then it's 25 bucks. But my opinion, I definitely think it's worth it. So pretty much Replit Agent gives you access to an array of AI models. So think of things like Claude 3.5. There's a whole bunch behind it that allows you to do what you want with it. So it's designed to take the pain out of the whole process of building apps. Coding, isn't just coding. It involves a lot more. Setting up servers, databases, storage to make sure your apps run smoothly. So all of that gets automated by Replit, and at a click of a button. So pretty much what you'll pop into the little chat box here is exactly what you want to build. So I guess for the sake of this video, let's go check out some of the examples and some of the templates. So if we click view more, we'll go through to a whole bunch of these different templates here. So there's a prompt gallery, which has everything from stock analysis, book scanner, don't even know what that is. But these are some cool ones. So AI chat, link in bio, ray tracer, interesting. So I think from a simplistic standpoint, probably link in bio is probably the most commonly well known, at least to me it is. So let's say try the prompt. So what it's going to do is here, make a link in bio app, which presents all my social accounts in an easy, intuitive, and aesthetic interface. Use a random image for a profile picture placeholder, just for now. So let's click start building. There we go. Okay. Alrighty, so you can see it's thinking here. So it's literally like you're using ChatGPT and you're just having a conversation with an AI, but instead of just giving you text back or analyzing a document that you've uploaded, it's literally building an app for you. So this is a cool part. So it actually says, I've created a plan for your link in bio app using Flask and vanilla JavaScript, things you don't need to know about, but just from a programming standpoint, exactly what it is using, because it's actually using programming language to build out your product. So it will display your social media links like you wanted, random image as your profile picture placeholder. Let me know if you want to proceed. But this is a cool thing. So what it does is you can click build the initial prototype, which is already checkmarked, and you can add additional features that it recommends. So it's like sitting with a developer mate or your programming buddy, and he's going like, or she's going like, hey, you should be able to implement analytics to track link clicks. So that's cool. So we won't click on any of these for now, just for the purposes of this demo. But let's say approve plan and start. So you'll see build the initial prototype, started just now. And now pretty much if you look at the left pane here, it's building out all of your programming, like your entire stack, in the sense of, all your different folders, all your documents, all your project files. So, as you would if you were coding this manually. So this is completely done. It's installing Flask for you. It's doing every single thing. You literally just kick back. I'm not touching a thing. So it's pretty cool. So once I'll pretty much wait for this to go through, and then we can look at the final product. Alrighty, so this is the final product right here. Or at least, where we're starting from. You can see here, it's fully usable. There's 5 different social platforms that it's created. There's your name, your bio or tagline goes here, and then your profile picture. Then if you look at the bottom right, it's saying, is the link in bio application loading correctly? Can you see a profile picture, name, bio, and social media links? So we can go like, okay, cool, yeah, sure, okay, yes. So now it's thinking, it's literally just having a conversation with an AI that is doing all the, the hard work for you. Awesome. So it says here, great. I'm reviewing the current implementation and making any final adjustments. I'll let you know once everything is ready for your review. So you just kick back, wait, and you'll review the final product. What's key here now is this is a starting point, right? So if you want to, make any changes to the aesthetics, right? So the colors, the way things are laid out, you can do that. But you can also make changes to the core like functionality. You can say if you wanted to add like a website link or links to events that you're hosting, where you want to sell tickets to, you can add that in. So you can change underlying code to exactly how you want just by prompting it with plain English. You don't need to go through any sort of programming language or know how to program in order to do any of this. So now we're at this point where it says, I've completed the plan successfully. The following steps were executed. And it built that initial prototype. So it's ready for deployment. There's a deploy button. If you click on that, you can deploy it to a URL. You can share it with anybody you want. If you set up like, taking payment or subscription to use this, you could sell it. And this was within seconds. It's absolutely insane what this can do. But now let's do a couple changes, right? So let's change a few things. So I'm going to say here, I want to be able to upload a profile picture. There we go. So it's thinking, because I want to be able to replace the current image with my profile picture, right? And be able to change the bio to my bio. So you can see here, certainly I'll add the ability to upload a profile picture to the app. So it's doing all of that for you. And it also is stepping through those one by one to say, okay, I'm going to implement that functionality and how it's doing that. So you can also, if you do know code, you can also understand exactly what it's doing, what it's changing, and how it's coding it. Okay, perfect. So we're back here. So we can see John Doe, web developer, tech enthusiast, coffee lover. I am a coffee lover, which is pretty cool. So if you say choose file, you can then go and upload a file, right? So file is hit downloads. Let's pop in my latest one here. So this is an image of me that I just quickly grabbed. And we say upload picture. There you go. Not too bad. I guess, that's not bad at all. Maybe there's just the alignment. I could maybe move me to be dead center, but this is pretty cool. And you can then just step through, right? So if I want to say, I want to be able to change my bio. So now it's going to add that functionality to edit your bio. And you can just step through this, So one of the things I love about this and what I love about Replit is it's opening up the ability to code to a whole new audience. If you work for a company or you're a freelancer and you have an idea in mind, you're like, I love using this piece of software, but I wish it had this functionality. Or I've got an idea for something that could help, make a workflow in our organization more efficient. You can head onto Replit right now. You could put in a prompt to say, hey, this is what I want to kind of build, and it will build something for you. And then you can ship that off as a URL straight through to, the person you work for or your team members and say, hey guys, listen, I want to I think this is going to help our workflow. I've already coded it. So think about in the past, you would send an email, right, with text that would say, hey, I want to implement this functionality, and you would describe it, and you could say, this is how it would kind of look, and you can do your best with text, but your image and the thing that you have in your mind isn't coming across or might not come across. So with Replit, you can literally go like, hey, I had a thought. I've put it down into hard, solid proof. Here's a piece of software that I've built, within a day. Can we implement this into our functionality? And it's a starting point, right? You could then go ahead and make changes to this, so much so that you could build out your own version of that piece of software with the feature. You might not even need this piece of software anymore. Or you can use it as a base to say, okay, this is cool. Let's incorporate it. This is our blueprint for it. So really awesome. I think Replit's opening up the ability to code to a whole new audience. It is amazing. And one of the things I also love about it is Replit or the Replit agent specifically, builds your app step by step, right? So instead of just spitting out giant chunks of code and going like, hey, here you go, good luck, dude, it's actually walking you through that process. It's saying, okay, let's make a change. And then saying to you, hey, review it. Like, what do you think? Are you happy with it? Do you like it? You want to make any more changes? And then you give that final approval and you step through it really iteratively to get to a point where you're like, cool, now I've got an actual product that I'm ready to deploy. So what do you think? Is Replit Agent the future of coding? Is something like this? Are you pro this? Are you against it? I'd love to hear your thoughts. What are you building with it? What do you want to build with it? What are your thoughts around it? Drop your notes in the comments below. I'd love to hear back from you and interact with you guys. And also, if you want to see me do a more in-depth comparison against Replit and maybe something like Cursor, which is another no-code application tool that you can use for doing the exact same thing, let me know. I would love to be able to. I'll create a video where we break down each one and we see what are the pros for it, what's the cons against the other, so we can compare the two and see maybe there's use cases that one fits where the other doesn't, or there's functionalities where the one works and the other doesn't. So definitely let me know.